What we'll be taking a look at today is this MSI MEG Ace x750 motherboard. Hi, I'm BrendaEM. Welcome to my new shop space. Unfortunately, it's not done yet, and I still need to put in some sound traps and get the lighting dialed in and put some stuff in the background. And but it seems to be, I'm actually kind of excited about it because this is one of the first videos I've shot in here, and it seems to be, you know, I used to have some room around me, so that's good. I chose this particular motherboard because it's supposed to have a quiet chipset fan, they say. And it obviously has 4 RAM slots. The color lighting I don't really care about. There was another motherboard in this, almost in this class, but I do mean almost, that didn't have color lighting, which I don't need, but I decided to get this one, not because of the lighting, because of the features. I also chose this because it can do SLI with NVIDIA cards, which is kind of important for me. I also do rendering and stuff on my computer, so including on GPU. I don't do any mining or anything. And also this has 3 of NVMe drives on it, with little cooling things. But we'll take a look at that. And first of all, the box doesn't have a whole bunch of stupid tinfoil that's hard to recycle, so I like that. It's got some shiny graphics in it and stuff. Got maybe a little metallic ink here, and it's embossing, but it doesn't have like plastic foils. And it's sealed only with 1 piece of tape and no seal, so it looks kind of funny. It doesn't look like it's been opened before, but I don't need to worry about that. So I just took a peek to see if I was actually recording. The only thing about these unboxing videos, you can only do them once. And what do we have here? So we've got this little tray thing here. Let's save the motherboard for last. So we have an extremely glossy manual here, user manual. Let's take a look at it and see. Let's show you what it looks like. And it looks nice. It looks well laid out and stuff. So good. And it's not too small. Basically, it's an average motherboard manual. A little shiny, perhaps. A thank you card with alleged promotions. These apparently are a bunch of stickers you can put on your cables to, I guess, I guess it'd be handy for some people. This is a nice little addition and stuff. I probably won't use these and stuff, but I kind of like the idea of it. I think if you haven't built a lot of computers, I think this would be a nice little idea for some people. We have a driver's disc in a black envelope for some unknown reason. We have what looks like to be a CPU installation guide. And this looks like Intel CPU, Intel's cooler right here, which is kind of funny. This looks more like an AMD cooler. And let's see what we have here. A contest you can enter, and this is a little silly. There's kind of, it's not cloth, it's kind of like a Harbor Freight blanket material, you know, those moving blanket materials. So I have one of those. And so you've kind of a little bag of stuff, and with drawstrings, and it's got their little name on it. And inside it, we've got some other bags. Inside it, it looks like we have, and we'll open this up. I guess I could use the scissors. We have, this is the Wi-Fi antenna. And this little base. So let's see if we can figure out how to put that together. Maybe even without the instructions, who's to say. And we have like 2 or 3 bags just for this antenna for some reason. And I think that's excessive. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing these videos, is because I don't know if everything they do makes sense. And like this doesn't make sense. you know, I could see putting it all in one bag. I mean, it's mostly matte surfaces anyhow, except for this one, and I don't know if it would even show wear. So you got like 2 extra bags here. We have these little power connectors, and I believe these are from RGB for the lighting. We have some SATA connectors. And it looks like they included 2 each of these little SATA connectors, and these are a locking type, and 2 of them are straight, and 2 of them have a right angle plug on one side. So this is nice. This is a nice little addition, and this looks more like power for the LEDs, because I don't recognize it, and I will look it up. I'm thinking it still might be more LED stuff for the lighting. There are 3 of these little 2mm screws, and each one of them is in their own little plastic bag for some reason, and I don't know why we needed these extra bags, but I suspect these are for the NVMe drives, and because there's 3 of them, and seems to be 3 drive slots in this. So, and we have a little badge or something, and I think it's a badge. Let's see. I don't really care about this stuff, but some people are really into it. I mean, it's to some it's value added. I guess it adds to the fun. I don't want to kill it, but yeah, it's a little case badge. So I guess that's nice. You know, you can adorn your inside of your case or the outside of your case. Some people would like this, and actually I like it. Who's to say which is more practical? I guess this could be used for other things, and it's good for decoration. And which brings us to the motherboard. Get it out of this little tray here, and carefully, there we go. It's oddly very heavy. This weighs probably 1 kilogram, and or about 2 pounds, and which is pretty substantial for a motherboard. And right now the humidity in here is about 78%, so I'm not too terribly worried about static, but where you're at is dry. You should be careful because you don't want to blow the chipset or anything. So we have some heat pipes going around the perimeter. They actually have this sticker over the chipset fan. I have no idea why they did this. I wonder how many people are going to burn out the chipsets and on these motherboards. This is removed before starting, but it's not. They're more interested for you to know to play hard and stay silent than it is to remove the tape from blocking the chipset fan, which is interesting. The fit and finish on the motherboard is really nice. The pictures, I feel, and including this video, don't really do it justice. When I saw this, I see a lot of gold and garish stuff, gold and chrome and stuff, but in person it actually looks nicer than it does in the box. And we'll get rid of these little things here and give you another look at it. So, but it looks nice. It really looks nice. And there's another little protector here over this gaudy little chrome thing with the lights underneath. I don't care about this. There's a good chance that if this doesn't do what I want it to, I'm going to tape over it with black electrical tape. Looking at it, I'm actually taken aback that this choke here, and this seems to be a ferrite choke on this particular motherboard, is put on a little crooked, and I hope that's not going to give me problems. The socket itself is even more dainty than I thought it would be, and way back when I had an Athlon 64 way back when with 939 pins on the bottom. There seems to be more here, and they're very dense, so you have to be careful. Obviously, don't drop anything in here. There's a little overclocking knob here, and from what I've heard, it's using it as a little precarious because it throws so much voltage. So it's not a big thing for me. I like the reset and power buttons on here. Also, there's two other auxiliary PCI slots for small PCI stuff. It almost looks a little retro with its little gold. It reminds me of an old Singer sewing machine. And we've got a little plastic protecting this too. So you've got one of these built-in I/O shields, and it's got a clear CMOS button and a flash CMOS button. It's got Wi-Fi antennas, an old-fashioned PS2 mouse connector, It's got one regular USB, and there seems to be a dedicated thing for flashing the BIOS. Who knows, maybe that could be used for a normal USB as well. You've got 5 fast, super speed, what have you, USB 3.0 or above ports. You've got one USB-C port on here. You have 2 LAN ports on here, which is interesting. One of them claims to be 2.5G, so that may be 2.5 gigabyte or 2.5 gigabit. You have SBA diff here, and you have the normal amount of 1/8 inch ports. Somebody had mentioned something about these NVMe drive covers, and let's take a look at it. And unfortunately, that's the only screwdriver I have. It's rather sad, but it sounds like these are captive. And these little covers, and they are captive, which is nice. It seems like we have some kind of peel off thing here with, it looks like a thermal contact pad right here. And like you would see inside a power supply. Oddly, these are metal, which is interesting. So, I don't know about fitment. There seem to be some threaded studs in here for the NVMe drive. I don't have any right now, so I can't comment on that. But these actually seem okay. They hook on from one side and then going like this. So I don't know. Somebody said they didn't like these, so they're a little tricky though. So until I get a NVMe drive, I'm not going to be able to comment on that. But one thing I don't like is if there's nothing in here, they rattle. So I would have rather had 2 screws, one on either side. So this is a thing. This is my personal motherboard, and I'll be using this motherboard in an upcoming build. I'll be updating my little rack mount computer I use to make YouTube videos, do a little bit of science, and also some rendering, because I do some CAD design in my spare time, mostly with Rhino. And watch my channel, and I have kind of a build with this motherboard video. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the donations. A portion of your donations are help paying for this, and so I can continue making YouTube videos. And also, if you could watch a few of my older videos, because if I get enough watch time, then this channel will be monetized. And hopefully soon I'll have this this shop space set up and have proper backgrounds and stuff. And I tried just put up a little picture in the back. It just didn't work out for me. And I think in the end, the space just has to be functional. This isn't a studio. This is an old, unused rec room that was converted. Fortunately, my friend Jack is letting me use this space for now, and I'm going to be renting it, paying a nominal amount of money. And because I do live on a fixed income, and things are not so easy. Anyway, thank you for watching, subscribing, and watching videos, please. Take care.